Hello, my friends. It's Andy coming to you live from Orange County, California. And yeah, I agree with the first Twitter post here, which is, oops, sorry about that. The first purge. Let's go. Yes, and we're going to start a new political party called the Trump Party. I think we need to do that because, the Democrats overall, they are completely evil and devilish. The problem is, the great thing about that is that we know that all Democrats are evil and socialist, Marxist. It is not the old Democratic Party. So nobody be fooled to think that the Democratic Party is the old Democratic Party. It is completely been taken over by Marxist, communist, socialist morons, and simply have lost their effing mind. All right. So there is not a Democratic Party in the sense that it used to be. What is worse, because anybody that says Democrat, we just know that they are evil, right? We just know that they are off the plantation, which is really bad to say if I'm trying to not be racist. Well, what's the other way of saying it? They are off the country. They are just completely trying to destroy our country. What is more challenging, actually, before I get to that, let's get to the USA Patriot Project. Go to this page right here, uspatriotproject.com. Go there. I desperately need your help to get this program off the ground. We need your financial support. There's all kinds of different options. You can go there. Actually, let me share the screen really quickly and show you what to look for when you get onto our financial support page. Because we just added something new. All right, so you can pick any one of these contributions, which is a one-time $15, one-time $100, one-time $5, or you can do the monthly. It bills your credit card monthly, $10, $40, $20. Or if you want a legacy donation, you have any of these larger numbers that are over $1,000, $1,000, $1,500. You can have those options, whatever you want to do. But down here, if you want to write a check and you give here to the right, here is the name of our organization, which is overseeing the nonprofit aspect of the Patriot Project. So we've teamed up with the World Organization for Resource Development and Education, which is Hedia Mariotti. I've been looking at so many things today. She's going to be mad at me. Oh my gosh. I just give right now. It has been a crazy day. I'm going to ask for forgiveness from everybody, including Hedia. My day has been spectacularly not great. So, Hedia Marimotti, I am so sorry. I was trying to talk so fast and so much going on. Ray's looking at me like, oh, Dad, you are in such big trouble. But go to the World Organization of Resource Development and Education. The Patriot Project is going to be coming out of this program. Why? Because it's a great organization. It's been around for several years, has a great history, and it speaks to exactly what it is that our mission statement is, and that is God, country, and family. That's the tax ID number you're going to use for your write-off. The address is down below. So that's the snail mail address. You can mail us a check, or again, you can use one of these buttons here to donate. And I'm coming right out and telling you right now that it is something that we need right now to get this program off the ground. Super important. The USA Patriot Project, we're going to have man training. We're training men how to be men. I know, seems strange that we have to do that. Hey, Ray, can you do me a favor? There's a book on the ground right over here that I need you to bring to me. This book right here is what is going to be our primary book for training men how to be men, the Bible, right? So we're going to be using this book as our primary book. We have a couple organizations. We have the Mark Driscoll Church, the Trinity Church out of Scottsdale, Arizona. We're teaming up with the Lieutenant retired William G. Boykins and his book, Man to Man, and we are going to bring men back to our country. Why is that important? You're saying, we have men in this country. Yes, but they have been demonized. They have been feminized. We have been told that men who have men values and Christian values and conservative values are racist and Nazis and a whole bunch of names. All hogwash. We're going to be talking about law enforcement here too in just a few minutes. But I'm telling you, I know that some of you have hesitated. I'm not sure why you've hesitated, why you've thought, $10 is too much to give. But I'm telling you, building an organization to what it is we want to do takes financial support. It takes support from you, the viewer. And if you can go to the US Patriot Project, that'll take you to the financial page where I'm asking you, to go there and find an option that fits within your budget, because we need your support. There's the equipment we have to buy. We need. We're going to be going to locations at least monthly, if not bi-monthly, where we're going to take a booth. We're going to take microphones. We're going to be interviewing people. We are going to be really, I'm going to say preaching. I'm trying to look for something else, but we are going to be talking about conservative Christian values, why we need to go back to them. We're going to develop some flyers and some training. Again, we're teaming up with some really important people across our country where we need to bring back conservative Christian values back into our country. So please go to the USA Project, patriotproject.com. I'm asking you as a friend, and there's there's all kinds of options that we have available there. So go to that particular program. Something odd happened to our website between yesterday and today. I'm not sure what's happening right now. So ignore all the other menu items. I'm not sure why some of them have been deleted. Something that must have happened in saving or in updating the website. But what's important is if you go to the URL that's there on the screen, uspatriotproject.com, if you go there, it will take you directly to the page where you need to have these options. And again, right down here where it says snail mail a check, that is the organization that we have teamed up with that will give you the tax ID number so you can have a write-off. It is a nonprofit organization. And if that's what you've been waiting for, there it is. All right, send the check to 30700 Russell Ranch Road, Suite 250, Westlake Village, California, 91362. WORD is the name of the organization, World Organization of Resource Development and Education, which is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be educating men. We're going to be educating women. We're going to be educating voters on how to recognize and support Christian conservatives in your community. All right, my friends. I raised my seat up here so you can see my shirt. I love one of my new favorite shirts. Oops, sorry about that. God, guns, and Trump. Yeah, I got that the last rally, the rally that was in Yorba Linda. All right, let's look at a couple comments really quick, and I just want to make sure. So we saw this one. Let's go. Yes. Oh, I like that. It blinks. Look at that. I'm not sure that I've seen one of those. Hey, Kathy, nice to see you. April. Yes, the Trump party. Yes, we need to do the Trump party. I'm going to get to reasons why we need to do that. We also have not a scene, but a clip from the Dan Bongiovi show that will outshine. It's not the party of Kennedy for sure. No, not. They're off their rockers. They have lost their ever-loving minds. And just say it's the Trump party versus Satan's party. Exactly. There is the campaign slogan. Thank you. Jesus voted for Biden. What? Yeah, Jesus is for late-term abortion. Exactly. You moron, sketchy peasant. Yeah, Jesus obviously is for late-term abortion. You just show your stupidity by saying that. Love it. Thank you, Priscilla. What a moron. I love idiots that comment. It's one of my favorite things. I love you guys. I love John and April, of course, Priscilla. You guys have positive comments and supportive comments, that kind of, and because you guys know facts, truth, science, and you know exactly what's going on in our country. And then you got nitwits. Like here he is again. You got nitwit. Rest in peace, MAGA 2006. Yeah. Who obviously voted for a man who has dementia. Like, how dumb do you have to be that you would look at this guy and say, yeah, that guy looks amazing. He is so smart, right? He's made no decisions over the last 47 years that work for America and only work against America. He has a son who has made billions of dollars because of who his dad is, and he's got two brothers who are making $1 million. So I'm going to vote. You got to. And the great thing is he's willing to put himself up here and continue to post. Like here, I don't know. That's probably not his picture because he's ashamed. That's probably not him because he's ashamed of himself. And he married weaker and poor under Trump. Absolutely. We have closed our borders to criminals. We have sanctioned China, who is one of our biggest enemies, both in the economic aspect of our country and overall, as far as the world is concerned. And he's got 3 Middle East peace signatures to bring peace to the Middle East. And we have not had any new war conflicts within the world. And yet you have an idiot by the name of Sketchy Peasant who says America is sicker, weaker, and poor under Trump. We had a record stock market today of like, I don't know, 30 or 60, however many it's been over the last 4 years, and you have morons are willing to put, and again, that's why he's Sketchy Peasant, because he's not willing to put his name or his picture up there because he because he's an idiot, like one of the dumbest people on the planet. It's just so funny. It's again like the friends that I told you. I have a blessed and happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much, Janet. I really do appreciate you. And then I have morons that talk about putting children in cages at the border, and they go, and they're still ignoring the fact that was Obama that did that. I love it. It's one of my favorite things because you just know that they are. They just are hysterical. It makes my day, really. It makes me feel like I'm actually doing the right thing, because this is what we're fighting against, right? We're fighting against people who've made a decision to vote for a guy that they clearly know, right? It's not like voting for. Let me try to think of somebody in our country. I can't think of any names right now. Elon Musk, right? You can vote for, yes, son, Elon Musk. You can vote for him, but at least you know that obviously he has some intelligence because he's created one of the biggest companies in the world. You just don't know where he's going to go. He's intelligent. He has vision. He has created some amazing companies, right? But at least you understand at least, well, at least you vote for him because in the sense that you know that what he's capable of. Now, that having that vision, having that money could clearly be used for evil. Look at Joe Soros. That having money, having some level of intelligence, it could also be used for bad, right? But with Joe Biden, there's no way. It is literally impossible to see what he has not done over the last couple of years in regard to his campaign, and the few times that he speaks that he can't speak, that you can think this guy would make a great president. There's not even his wife, not even Joe Biden even thinks, because she has to sit there and help him. No, you got to say this instead. No, that's not what they're talking about. No, I'm not your sister. I'm your wife. Like, that she needs to be arrested for elder abuse. And so this is the whole thing, that you have no one that I know of that I've ever seen talk positively about Joe Biden. But they vote for Biden because they like Sketchy, whatever his name is. What's his name again? Sketchy Peasant who's not willing to put his real name or his image on there, who just simply doesn't like Donald Trump, because you can tell, right? Because he writes America's sicker because it's about Trump, right? Here's another one. I bet you it's about Trump. Let's see here. I don't see. They're taking points. Our child is old grow up. Really? But still, okay, let's just say that what you're saying is, but still you still don't give any tell us what Biden has done. Give us one positive thing Biden has done. You're going to say, well, he's going to open the borders. Okay, that's really good. he wants more sanctuary cities. Oh, that's really good. We want more abortion of the 9th month, late term abortions. That's really good. Yeah, we want more of that too. But yeah, he's a little sketchy. Yeah, it is. But again, there's never, not once. Yeah, he's going to take your guns. That's very positive. Really? Okay, that's not very. That's amazing. Yeah, Orange Man Band. I know. All right. So why do I say, now I've just had a little fun there with the idiot called Sketchy, whatever his name is that we need a new party. The Republican Party, we have so many. This is the scary thing, right? With a Democrat and with people like Sketchy, you just know that they are demonic, evil, horrible people, right? They're easily identifiable. They're easy to understand when they're commenting, that they have no idea what they're talking about, that they're uneducated, that that they don't do anything, that apparently facts and facts and science and truth are their kryptonite, right? They don't want to know anything about that. So, but they're very easily identifiable. Just look at his comment. The problem is in the Republican Party is that you have some Republicans who claim to be Republican in Republican clothing that are actually liberal Democrats. That is, I think, far more dangerous. And we're seeing more of them expose themselves as the election fraud investigations and cases continue to grow and get worse, and they still are not willing to support the president. That is scary. That is what's wrong with our country, is that we have Republicans who are not Republicans. We call them rhinos, right? We've been calling them rhinos for a very long time. This is far more dangerous, far more scary, worries me more than anything else. We have 70, how many was it? 70, I don't even know the number now, 74 million people who voted for President Trump. 74 million people that can be part of a new party, the Trump party. We'll call it whatever you want. The DJT party, whatever. We need a new party. And we need to take those 74 million, 75 million, 76, 80 million, according to Sidney Powell. If it's 80 million people, and start a new party, and let's get this country back to where it was before, a conservative Christian-based country that had the Second Amendment. Just all the amendments that make this country what it is. And I really feel strongly that we need to bring this country back. And I don't believe it's going to be the Republican Party. It is concerning to me that we have so many people in the Conservative Party that are liberal, that are wolves in sheep's clothing, and it's causing me some concern. And so we need to really look at that and consider that. And I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm not trying to start anything that doesn't. I'm not trying to pretend that this is clickbait or anything like that. I got a huge concerns, because we're seeing it on Twitter, we're seeing it on Facebook, we're seeing it on whatever media you're looking at, that we have a few people. Sorry, you obviously know that I have a COVID-19. I'm still kind of recovering here, so I apologize as I'm grasping for air and coughing. But for whatever reason, today's not been a great day health-wise. I'm not sure why. I've taken a couple naps today and not felt great. So I'm just making sure that you don't think I'm going to die on camera. It's just that I got a little bit going on. 70, and so you got a large number of people who voted for Donald Trump that we really probably should start a new party. We can't trust a large number of Republicans who are actually Democrat, liberal, crazy lunatics that just have lost their ever-loving mind. That again, the kryptonite to them is facts, science, and truth. It causes them all kinds of problems. So let me go ahead and bring up Dan Bongino here, an important broadcast today. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. I will actually put the link in the comments so you all can click on it and watch it as I am fumbling around here to just, there we go. I don't know why I forgot to click on that button. All right, here we go. There we go, and share. All right, so I'm gonna bring Dan on here. It's an important clip to watch and listen to as we talk about some of the issues coming up in regard to this election that is not done yet. I know that you're hearing that he's conceded, but he's not. Here we go.
You'd also want to enrich your friends, the political opposition as well, wouldn't you? Because it doesn't do you any good if you don't have rich friends to support you while bankrupting other people who have money and may support political causes themselves. That would be step one. Step two would be you'd want to decimate and destroy election integrity as well, right? You can't have elections where you might lose because the people who you pissed off, if I may use such language, they may actually vote. In fact, many of them did. But you want to make sure that you got an insurance policy in the election too. The insurance, what do you mean, votes? Oh, no, I don't mean votes. I mean a process in the background, just in case the election was like free and fair and you lost. Step three, of course, you'd want to use the government. You'd want to weaponize it to attack and destroy your opposition. That hasn't happened. It's not like they spied on a presidential campaign and started fake investigations with them based on a PP tape. Never. Oh, sorry, it did. Or maybe using people with law enforcement power to target groups like the NRA. That didn't happen. Oh, of course it did. And maybe step four, shut down any political speech by monopolizing the new public square. What's the new public square? Well, of course, social media, Google, Twitter, and Facebook. Tucker Carlson summed these points up. This clip is about 1:30. He summed up these 4 points last night beautifully, where he made the point that the election was rigged through these 4 points. This is an absolutely terrific take last night. I want you to listen to this, and we're going to discuss on the way back how exactly we fight back, because I'm not going to sit back and take it. Check this out.
The media allowed them to do it. At the same time, beginning in the spring, Democrats used our public health emergency for nakedly partisan ends. They punished Trump supporters for trying to gather, but they exempted their own activists, rioters and vandals from BLM and Antifa, from the COVID lockdowns entirely. They said this out loud. The restrictions they did enforce crushed America's small businesses, the heart of the Republican Party. And yet they made their own donors fantastically richer. Jeff Bezos alone saw his net worth jump by more than $70 billion during the pandemic. Then Democrats used the coronavirus to change their system of voting. They vastly increased the number of mail-in ballots because they knew their candidates would benefit from less secure voting. And they were right. They used the courts to neutralize the Republican Party's single most effective get-out-the-vote operation, which for generations had been the National Rifle Association. Not enough has been written about this, but anyone on the ground saw it. Thanks to legal harassment from the left, the NRA played a vastly reduced role in this election, and that made a huge difference in swing states like Pennsylvania and others. But above all, Democrats harnessed the power of big tech to win this election. Virtually all news and all information in the English-speaking world travels through a single company, Google. A huge percentage of our political debates take place on Facebook and Twitter. If you use technology to censor the ideas that people are allowed to express online, ultimately you control how the population votes. And that's exactly what they did.
I know.
So the reason I play that clip, just in case you're wondering, is that you got two things going on right there. You have the NRA, who should be one of the most vocal Republican conservative political groups that are not, most political, and they reduced their role. Right, in most cases around the Bush campaigns, both the Bushes, and even back as the Reagan campaigns, that the NRA was a huge voice in those Republican campaigns, but somehow it got reduced during this campaign. But you have the very people that the left supposedly hates, which are multimillionaires and billionaires. They're the ones who are getting more rich because of the support of liberal factions. And so the billionaires that so supposedly the liberals hate, they're making them richer. And then you have all these investigations, and where are all the law enforcement at the higher level? Not talking about police officers and sheriff's deputies across our country. Where are all of the arrests? Where is the support for criminality in regard to the Russian collusion on the DNC side of things? On the fact that they are the ones actually colluded with Russia and spies from other countries, and you begin to look at all the things, and you got so much on what would be considered a conservative side of things, that they are again helping liberals and not supporting conservative Christian values. And that is why this is a really odd party, that you have a lot of conservatives who are not conservatives. They are, as Priscilla agreed here, the wolves in sheep clothing. And I'm not talking about Mittens, right? You got Mittens, Mitt Romney, Mittens, who is obviously, we've known he's been a rhino. Like he's actually a liberal, but we know he's not wearing sheep clothing. He's an idiot. He's a moron. He's kind of like the guy that was tweeting earlier, whatever his name is, Sketchy, right? He's very clear that he's an idiot. Right? Sketchy's very clear that he's a moron because of he's just typing stuff that is just stupid and just not based on facts or science. And again, they never have an argument for Biden. It's always against Trump. That's the only argument they have. Never saying, well, Biden's very smart. Really? It's impossible to say he's smart. Impossible. He's never been smart. He was not smart before he had dementia. I know I'm supposed to grow up. You look at the NRA, you look at all these organizations, you look at the wealthy, you look at the capitalists in our country who are capitalists because of conservative values, and they're making money because of conservatives, and yet they side on this liberal aspect. It is just, we really do need to create a Trump political party. Sorry, I'm losing my breath. I may pass out. So it is something that needs to quite possibly happen. And there's plenty of us, right? There's plenty. I mean, up to 80, 90 million of us here in the country that could really do best with creating a new a patriot. Why not call it the Patriot Party? The Patriot Party is a party that is for America, with the Christian conservative values that made this country. It made this country and then made this country great. That got us through the Civil War. Abraham Lincoln, Republican Party. As a matter of fact, you do a search for Abraham Lincoln, and you probably won't see that as a Republican. I don't know if they fixed it, but there used to be a period of time where when you Googled Abraham Lincoln, there was no way of finding out what political party he was with. They called it something else. He actually is the founder, essentially, of the Republican Party. But yet you will not find that because he was such a great president and did so many great things. They clearly don't want you to know that it was a Republican that did great things. All right, so we need to really focus on the prospect that we just simply may need to create a new political party. I'm going to ask you one more time, not one more time, but one of several times, is to please go to the USA Patriot Project and find an option that you can donate and support our program as we're building about three different things. One is man training. We're going to train men to be men again here in the United States under conservative Christian values. We've lost a lot of men in our country. We simply have. We've lost a lot of men that are brave, that are courageous, that are willing to stand up for America. And so we're going to put some training programs. We're going to be using some aspects of Mark Driscoll, who's a pastor at Trinity Church in Scottsdale, Arizona, Jack Hibbs, who has what's called the BUDS program, and a number of other people. We're going to be creating a program where we're going to go out into the environment here. We're going to have a booth and microphones and live broadcasting that we're going to be doing, where we're going to be building an audience and helping men become men in our conservative Christian values here in the United States. I'm looking for your help. If you just go to usapatriotproject.com, you can help us build an infrastructure of equipment and place and things so that we can go out and do that. There's just a lot of resources that need to be put into place. So if you could do that, we appreciate it. There's an option for you. Everything down to $5, $15, something like that. Up to a couple $1,000 if you have that in your coffers, you'd be able to do that. So go to usapatriotproject.com. That'll go to our financial page where you can donate. One more time, I'm going to show you the location on that page. If you were to go and scroll down right here at the bottom. So here's this page that USA Patriot. We'll give you a video. I'm going to actually update that video. You scroll down. Here are all the options, the buttons. You just simply click on them. Let me show you. So if you want to do $10 a month out of your credit card, you click on Buy Now. That'll take you to a page where you simply put in your email address and then your credit card or PayPal number, and then complete your purchase. That's it. And then it'll automatically begin to debit your credit card $10 a month. That's one option that you have available. All right. So I just wanted to show you that. The next thing that's important is if you scroll down, that this down here is the nonprofit organization that we are working within, and that is the World Organization of Resource Development and Education, doing business as Word, and that's our tax ID number, and that's our address that you will be able to use on your donation on your tax return. All right, so all that information is on there. It's an organization that has existed for a while, several years, and so we felt best that it'd be due to team up with an organization that's been around, and that's Hedi Amiramadi's organization, who is one of the founders for the Patriot Project, and we are working together on that. So please find an option that works for you, or simply send in a check. We would appreciate that very much. Just do that, and we will be all set. All right, so that would be important for you to do that. And so, and that's what we're going to be doing. Our organization is going to be training men to be men within our communities. We're going to be going out with a live broadcasting, 2 microphones, so that I can not only do these live broadcasts out remotely, but also interview conservatives in the community, and maybe even some from the other side, from the enemy, and see what it is that they have planned and what they're planning on doing as far as destruction of our country. Maybe I'll run into the peasant, whatever his name is, or sketchy peasant, and interview him and find out why he's such a moron, and we will interview him. I'm not against that. I'll find people to interview so that we can do that. All right. So you're going to want to do that, and then thirdly, the plan is then to create a broadcast network of other conservative voices that will have shows, and I have some people in mind. I haven't got it an okay from them to say who they are, but we're going to have several shows on the network that will do the same thing. Again, speaking about why it's important to understand conservative Christian values and what they mean to America, what it means to our school system, what it means to our government, what it means to the presidency and Senate and Congress, and bringing all that stuff to light. So super, super important. All right, I'm telling you, it's going to be the men. And then we have women's training. Hedia is going to be creating some women's training programs and discussion programs and broadcasting platforms for the same reason we're creating men training for conservative Christian values. And then again, the broadcasting, which is the remote, and then the static, and then the supporting people that have conservative Christian values for our country. All right, and then let's see, who else do we have on here? Hey, Deborah, nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. No skinny jeans. Yeah, no, we're going to be teaching men not to wear skinny jeans. That's a good one. I'm obviously not a man, but let me know if there's any way I can be of service to you and Vision. Yes, absolutely. As being a patriot, I am very much alignment. Yes, we'll be reaching out to you, April. Absolutely, for your voice and your support in doing that. Let's see. Oh, a party of misogyny, racism, and failure. Yeah. Trump has been a complete failure. Yeah. The 3 Middle East peace Nobel Peace Prizes that he's been nominated for, horrible. Our economy, horrible. The fast tracking of the not only the vaccines but the treatments for COVID-19. The hospitals on the East Coast and the West Coast that he created in a moment's notice. The ships and then the areas. I just had COVID-19 in the hospital. I had every treatment possible. Saved my life because of this administration's movement and the creation of what's it called? Not fast track. What's it called? It's leaving me right now. I talked about it for the last couple of days, but come ahead. And the best president for Black communities. Many policies that have promoted and supported Black communities on getting out of the poverty and lack of education, hoping that they can bring fathers back to the Black community, which is one of the things that causes most men to be in prison is lack of fathers. Yeah, a lot of horrible policy. Yeah, a lot of failing policies. Oh, my favorite thing is idiots like this guy. And they never have their names, right? They got some stupid name and some image that probably is not them. It's just hysterical that again, it's always these lies and never. I would for once love to see anyone on the left, any BLM, Antifa, whoever these guys are, is to type something that says our party is great. You never see it. It never exists. It never shows up. It's always like Trump is a racist. He's killing people, which is hysterical. No high waters. Yeah, we're going to put that in our training. No, okay, that's important. No high waters and sockless shoes. I've actually stopped wearing flip flops to church. That was Warp Speed. Thank you. Gosh darn it, I don't know why I couldn't. Warp Speed, a complete success. Are you kidding me? Even CNN. Even the idiots on CNN said this is one of the greatest things that have ever happened in the medical industry in the United States of America. This Warp Speed is some of the biggest morons on CNN giving the president praise for what he did with the Warp Speed. Operating. Oh, thank you. Yes, and Don had that too. Pants up on. All right. We'll have to make sure and write that in our policies and procedures. Shipper brains. I don't know who's that? No tucked in shirts. Yeah, no tucked in shirts, especially when you shouldn't have a tucked in shirt. All right, my friends. So let's consider this. We may need a new party. We may need the Trump Party, the Warp Speed Party. That's another good name. What else could we call it? If you're watching the replay or watching live, let's come up with a couple names of the next party. The Trump Party, I like it. I personally would join the Trump Party, but 15, 20 years from now, people may say, why is this called the Trump Party? And then but it might be good too. If you look back, of course, we know history. When we look back, they're going to say, wow, the Trump presidency, whether it's 4 years or 8 years, was the most successful, most beneficial to the country, in spite of what at that time the press was saying about it. There's no doubt that the history will be good. I do like the Patriot Party. I do. I'm agreeing with you, and so that's why you need to to support us as we move forward. The Patriot Party is fantastic. I love it too. So go to the USA Patriot Project, please, and go there. Whatever it is, $15 one time, $5, $10 every month, whatever it is, or $2,000 one time, whatever it is, it's all on there. Or just if you want to send $32.50 because that's what you got, write a check. Send it to the address that's on that particular website. Go to uspatriotproject.com. Go there and whatever. That will help us get started, get things going. We have a lot of work to do, a lot of people we need to hire to do a bunch of different things, and it's just simply what it is. I'm obviously investing time and money into it myself, so that's happening right now as we're doing that. Hedi Amiramati is doing the same thing. We are surely socking some of our own cash that we have in there and our own time and effort into that. We just there has to be more, right? We're going through a pandemic, a bunch of other stuff, and it is always helpful, and so we could use your help in doing that. uspatriotproject.com. Please go there. That would be great. Here, I'm going to put that in the chat here. There it goes in the chat. You'll see it coming up right now. So just click on that link and that'll take you to the financial page where you can just find one of the buttons, click on it, or again, check. And then you have PayPal and Venmo options on there also. All right. So, and also, if you're watching the replay, but I do like the Patriot. I like the Patriot Party. It's awesome. Patriots as well as we need a candidate that is 100% constitutional. Absolutely. You are absolutely right on, Janet. I love that picture too. Kissing your man. That is awesome. I love that picture. All right, my friends, I love you guys so much and appreciate you guys. I needed this today because this, we've all had those days where you wake up in the morning and it's just like downer after downer after downer just because of stuff, right? Just a bunch of stuff happening. And then it kind of drugged me down with I took a nap and didn't feel great today. But coming on and talking to you guys has been fantastic. And I appreciate you so much for being here and watching. But please, I could use your help. Go to uspatriotproject.com. Share this out with other people. If you have anybody in your circle who loves to donate to conservative Christian projects, churches, that kind of stuff, send this to them and say, hey, would you consider sending $100, $10, $20, whatever it is, to this project because we think it's needed and useful. We are going to be going out, kind of like what we did. I did the other day at the Huntington Beach Resist the Curfew program. But instead of me just going out there with my phone and a mic, I want to set up a booth that has a backdrop, that has 2 mics for podcasting so that I can have candidates or elected officials sit down with me there at the event and then interview them and talk about what is it you are doing to further our agenda in relationship to teaching actual U.S. history in our schools. What are you doing to make sure that you are no longer supporting these senseless homeless programs that only increase homelessness? What are you doing not to defund and dismantling law enforcement? I want to be able to go out there and ask these questions, and I'm definitely the guy. Ask April Ruga. I will ask anybody anything at any time, and that is, I feel, my calling to go out there. I also want to interview pastors. What is it, pastor, that we can do to push conservative Christian values into our communities and get more people to join the church, to join Bible studies, and to join the important issues in regard to our Constitution and the United States of America, and do those kinds of things. That unfortunately takes some equipment, some money, and it takes producers and other people, directors out there to help with this process, contacting people, contacting their publicists and that kind of stuff to make sure these people get out there so we can do that. That is the reason why we need an influx of money in order to do those kinds of things. I surely have committed my time and effort and money into this whole thing. Hedy Maramati is doing the same thing. And we've had hired attorneys. We've got stuff going on in regard to the nonprofit. You can see we were able to get that up pretty quick, very, very quick. It was almost like President Trump's what's the thing? Warp speed. It was like warp speed for creating a nonprofit organization. We put that into action. So we really do need your help in getting this, whatever it is that you can do, $1, $10, $15. And I know it's hard for me to ask you for money, but it's going to take money in order to get this thing off the ground. And we just need additional money to make sure that we can do that. We want to do that all over the country. I want to do that in Arizona. I want to do it in Nevada. I want to go across to the East Coast and continue to do the same thing. Trump is a loser. Thank you, Fish Flyers fan. I don't know, but he's a moron. But I love it. They are my favorite. They're my favorite comments to put up because we just like to expose the dimwits that have. Let's see what this is. Hey, I need to log on to Steve Cowder tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Pastor Mark Driscoll. Oh, nice. Definitely. Thank you for that. So everybody should be watching Mark. If you're not watching Mark Driscoll, you're making a huge mistake. If you go to Mark Driscoll on YouTube, he has playlists of marriage messages, training men to be men. Again, we're going to be going to the church. Hedy have already contacted the church so that we can get trained by their men's ministry to training men to be men ministry. And we're going to be, really very supportive of that. Again, I talked about the great Lieutenant General retired William Boykin. This is a great book called Man to Man. You've heard me talk about this before in a couple things. And so we've already contacted their organization. They're willing to give us some books and that kind of stuff, or giving to for a very low price. We're going to be handing these out at our events. So again, we have plans. We are building this infrastructure. And again, if you just go to the U.S. Patriot Project and give what you can, again, it doesn't matter where you can give $1,000, $2,000, $5. It doesn't matter. All we need is some support, and we need people to really begin to do that. We got a couple tinkling in. Is that the right word? But we need more. We need more of a wave. And if you can support us on that with sending this out, we really, really would appreciate that so much. The left is always so triggered and angry and probably get mad their shadow fall. You're probably right. You're probably absolutely right. I do believe that. Yes, Deborah, you're on. You're it. Yes, you can help by evangelizing and really getting that URL right now, that uspatriotproject.com, and saying, hey, my friend Andy, they need some help getting this project off the ground. They put thousands of dollars into it already in regard to attorneys' fees and getting that kind of stuff. And so we just need more, because now we have to buy an infrastructure of stuff so that we can get noticed. And so people might say, well, why is it important to get an easy up with a banner and maybe 2 banners going on? Because that's how you get people to come to your booth and say, hey, take this flyer. Consider it. Consider what it is that's written on there, and look at what we have going on. Go to our website, sign in, put your name and email address so you can get our mailing list, right? And so these things take money. It takes effort. It takes hiring people to do the artwork and that kind of stuff. And so this is all part of the whole process. But you could be a part of it, right? You can support it. And I would love to put your name somewhere. If you have a business you want to promote, I would love to put your logo and that kind of stuff on the website. Again, I understand there's other people that go, oh no, I'll give you money, but please don't use my name. Please don't use my business. Whatever you want. If you're brave enough and so forward thinking that you know that this is good, almost, if not, probably 80 million people voted for Donald Trump, right? We think somewhere in the neighborhood of 80 people. We think about 10 million of those votes got turned around. So there is far more people that are with you than against you. So I would suggest that if you want to, give us your logo, give us whatever it is, donate some money, and I'm more than happy to promote you. If you're on the other side of things where I'll give you money, but I don't want anybody to know, we'll do that too. We'll honor whatever it is that you want. Not being known, a nameless donator, or if you want recognition, we're happy to give you recognition too, and we'll do that. We'll even put maybe a logo if it's maybe, let's say $1,000 or more. We'll put your logo on the banner of our Easy Up and the banner that goes by. whatever it takes to get the word. It's more important to get the word out. It's more important to build an audience. It's more important to get more followers and make sure people don't go back to sleep. The reason we're in this mess is because people were sleeping. People were being quiet. The silent majority. No, we can no longer. We need to put a red circle with a red line through it, through silent. That needs to no longer exist. We need to no longer embrace the silent majority. That is gone, done, over, because that is exactly why we're here right now. You've seen some of the demons that have commented, the morons that is who's going to control this country. Idiots like those people that have commented. Those are the people that are ruling our country right now, or attempting to rule our country. Do you want those morons to control our country? No, absolutely not. So please support us in any way you can. And do you think you will ever start selling merch? Yes, absolutely. We're coming up with a couple logos right now. I have an idea for a logo, and let me know what you think. And trying to come up with an idea with regard to conservative Christian values within the Patriot program is a red, white, and blue lion. And somewhere in there being a cross. I'm not sure where that cross would be. But the lion obviously is Jesus Christ, right? There's nothing wrong with Jesus Christ being the lamb or you being a lamb, that kind of stuff. But right now, I'm not sure that we need a bunch of lambs. We need a lot more lions. And so there's a couple of designs I've been looking at with a red, white, and blue lion, the mane being red, maybe some aspect of the face being white, and then some other part of the lion being blue, a red, white, and blue lion. There's a couple, I've already seen examples in prototypes that I've come up with that look pretty cool, to tell you the truth, is the logo. And so I'm thinking that kind of logo with the USA Patriot Project underneath. So that's one of the things. I'm just trying to make sure that it really addresses what it is we need in that logo. We need some lions. We need some people that are conservative Christians that are pushing solid policies, protecting our constitutional rights. And I want the logo to reflect that. And I want it to be strong. And I thought about a sheepdog and some other stuff. And I think the lion is a perfect thing for that. Now, how do we use that in that logo? And so, yes, April, absolutely. To answer your question, once we decided on that logo that looks pretty cool, then we'll be creating merch and hats and T-shirts and that kind of stuff. And again, that all it takes money also to have logo creators and whatnot to do that kind of stuff. And so it's all good. But the problem is we need more people going here and clicking on one of those buttons. So if there's anything you can do to help us do that, that is number one. We have some needs that we need to take care of. You have to understand, and you know this, that hiring legal teams to make sure that we're doing everything right. Because you know one thing that's going to happen. And the reason we're so careful about the legal aspects of everything is you know what's going to happen, right? I mean, you already know. We're getting shut down. We're getting throttled on our social media. A lot of that kind of stuff is happening. But if we make any mistakes, right? If we make any mistakes financially, it'll be bad. So we have to make sure that we do everything above and beyond board. It's got to be above and beyond. It's almost like what Jack Hibbs does with his church. He has made sure that no matter who he's attacked from, the one thing they can't say is that he's absconded with funds, that he's cheated on his wife, that he's done any of these, all that. There can't be anything like that can be going on. Right? Everything needs to be up and above board. And so having the right people in place, vetting the right people, making sure that our logo is not something that may be used by another corporation. I mean, there's so many things when you begin to look at it that the wording that we use. I'm writing all the wording myself, and Hedy is going through and editing because I'm horrible at grammar and spelling. But we want to make sure that it's all original content for the most part. When I have Dan Bongino, I make sure and tell you it's Dan Bongino. Does all this make sense? And the only reason I'm telling you all, because it's more than just go, hey, I got this great idea. Listen, well, we have this great idea. The problem is it's a great idea that's going to be attacked. And it's not going to be fun in some cases. It's going to be bad. I have been a part of being in law enforcement, and we have been attacked a lot as far as law enforcement. That will be nothing compared to if we actually gain some momentum and people really begin to follow what it is we're doing. that is when the attack is going. We're not necessarily being attacked right now, but if we gain momentum and things begin to get big, that is when it's going to come. And if we don't make sure and take care of things now and do things right now, that will come to bite us in the ass later on. All right, so it's super important. So making sure that we do that is really, really important. White line with a red mane standing on blue water. Oh, I like that too. I was kind of thinking of a little bit of a blue background. But yeah, blue water, all that stuff. That all looks good. Maybe spell pride out using lions. Nice. I love this stuff. I love that you guys are interacting and talking about you will be audited every. Yeah. And that's the thing, right? I mean, absolutely. Oh, April's a grammar queen. Nice. So maybe, yeah, if you can support us on that, that would be awesome. So April will be reaching out to you. One less thing that I or Hedia have to do. I called her Marimati just now. Make it up for whatever I said earlier. I didn't even know what I said earlier. And I've done that before in her presence, and it's not always good. But bad grammar. Yeah, absolutely. I know it's shocking, Don. I know. I know. You wouldn't know it because I'm right on with what it is I'm doing. But yeah, absolutely. Biden. It's your new president. Okay there, Mike. Obviously, listen that. See right here. See this Mike T, whatever this guy is. Biden, Sweetie Pie. That is why we need man training. Look at the color that he uses in his logo. Yes. This is why we need man training. This is the problem. This may be the. Oh, yeah. I'm so sad. What happened to men? What happened to men? When did this happen? What is it? What? I don't know. Wait. You know, as a police officer, it was one of those things as a cop is when you go to a call and you know that you're going to probably end up in some kind of fight or a shooting, right? And so as a cop, you get a call. I was 3K3 was my canine call number, and then quite often I was either 355 when I was in the canyon, or I was 343 quite often when I was in the downtown Anaheim area. So let's say they're calling me as a canine, right? And they go say 3K3, and they go 3K3 respond to a fight in progress. A gun is believed to be involved, and 3 male suspects, blah blah blah. And then we'll have a follow-up shortly. And then you know who's on duty, right? You know the roster. It's sitting there either in your unit or your thing. You know who you're working with. And you would get like, I'm not going to tell you who, like 315. So let's say you're going to 3K3 was all over the city. So it's possible you end up in sector 1 where you would get a call number of somebody like 315. So they would say 315 follow up 3K3. And right away you go, oh no, that's, what's this guy's name? Oh, that's Mike T. And you go, no. And then before I even get there, I'd say, hey, I've been in this area before. Can you send me like 2 additional follow-ups? Why? Because you can't trust Mike T because of his logo and the color that he uses and his comments. And you would say, Mike T is not going to be a guy that I can trust or count on to help me if I get into a fight. As a matter of fact, he's going to be the guguy hiding, sucking his thumb under a blankie in his car saying, no, I can't, I'm too scared, right? But you would want Don. I would say, hey, can 319 Don, can Don come and help me? And can from Garden Grove, can Carl Whitney come and help me? I'd rather have those two guys respond to that call, and little Mike T can stay in his car. And we don't need any Mike T's on the call because he's going to actually cause me to die. And so I don't want Mike T to respond. As a matter of fact, Mike T, can you stop and hold a perimeter spot? Because we don't need you there, but we need Don and we need Carl because I'm going to go in with them because I can trust them. We don't need that guy. And so that is why we need man training. That is why we need man training, and super, super important. All right. So my friends, Trump lost. Yeah. There you go. I mean, this is why this organization is going to be really big on this particular area. So please support us as we go forward. We really don't need any more Mike T's in our community. We need a lot more Carls and Dons. Who else is on here? What other men? Definitely not a Mike T. There are some other names on here. I mean, the women on here are more manly, not in a bad way. Women, you are more tough and strong and conservative Christians than the Mike T there. I would rather have you. I'd have April. I'd rather have Priscilla on that call, Carmela, and all the others. Deborah was easy. I would much rather have you on that call because I know that you would have my back. You would be there and supporting me. I would not have to worry about you, but I would never have Mike T on my entry team going in to a active shooter inside of a building. No chance. Not even no. Again, this happens every day in patrol. You get your backup and you say, send me another one because this guy I can't trust. It is amazing. All right. All right. Let's move forward. Hey, Janet, nice to see you. All right. Go to USAPatriotProject.com. Whatever it is, you can, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whatever you can give. If you want to have recognition, if you want to have your logo, if you have a business where you want to support us, I'm more than happy to put your logo on the website, on the banner that's going to be behind me, on the easy up that we'll be creating. Send me your logo. Make sure that it's a clear, high grade picture of your logo. I'm trying to think of all the names. There's all kinds of names, so that we can put it on your banner, so that you're always present behind us when we're doing broadcasts and that kind of stuff. That would be great. And Mike T is skinny jeans. Absolutely. Oh God, this is so hysterical. Love those calls fired up. Yeah, Carl, Carl over there at Garden Grove PD. I'm so sorry, Carl. I disrespected you and said you were with Anaheim. But Carl knows exactly what I'm talking about. You would just never want a Mike T on your call. And we had them. Every department had those guys that you say, no, this is not. No, he's more of a detriment. Somebody's going to get Mike T's gun and use it against me. So we can't have Mike T respond to that call and be there. I need somebody else because you can't trust him. Number one, and you definitely don't want him on the call because he'll get his gun taken away because he's wearing a pink T-shirt under his uniform. All right, my friends, I love you guys. God bless you. God bless America. We need more conservative Christians, men. And again, this is not the disrespectful way. I hope women understand. I think women, for more than anybody else, understand that we need more men in America, that we've lost some men. I don't know where they went. I don't even understand how it happened. But all the women out here, Janet, April, and Priscilla, and Yvonne, and all the other people, understand that whatever happened, we need to turn that around, right? Men can do laundry. Men can do dishes. Men can do, vacuum. They can iron, but they can also change the brakes. They can also change the oil in their vehicles. They can fix whatever happens in their house, right? They can change a fan, a ceiling fan. They can fix some electrical problem that occurs, like all the time. I'm constantly doing stuff like that. You don't need to call a repairman to do that because why? Because you have a man in the house that knows how to fix that, right? When the doorbell rings, you want the man in most cases to answer the doorbell, not the woman. Why? Because he's a man. That's what you do. Men open the doors for women at the car door. Men walk the women that are leaving their house out to their car, right? This is what you need in America. We don't have happening right now. I don't know why. This is how it's supposed to be. I could be entirely wrong. Women, speak up. If you think I'm wrong, that you just say, you know what? As a woman, we don't want that anymore. I don't believe that. I think there's a few women that just say, we don't need men. No, the Bible talks about men and women. Men have a role, women have a role. Are women smart? Are they able to be in Congress? Absolutely. Are they allowed to, are they competent enough and strong enough to be? Absolutely. Are they competent enough to be fine? Yes. But we still have men and women in relationships where the man's job is to love the women as Jesus loved the church. That's what it says. That doesn't mean that women can't do things. That doesn't mean that they can't have jobs that sometimes appear to be more suited for men. They can absolutely do that. But we have to also understand that there are some limitations with women. In the academy, and I'm sorry, I'm going down a road that's going to get me in trouble and people are going to say all kinds of crap. I don't really care. But I know in the academy, when I went through the academy, that there was the 6-foot wall that you used to have to take I forget what it was. Maybe Carl remembers. It was like a 180-pound bag that you would have to throw the bag over the wall, and then you yourself would go over the wall, 6-foot wall. I'm telling you that the women that were in the academy could not do it. It just simply was because of a whole bunch of things: upper body strength, the ability to negotiate the wall, height issues. There was a whole bunch of stuff. And so what they ended up doing is the women could go over a 5-foot wall, but the men had to go over a 6-foot wall. And I thought that was so ridiculous, because in what foot pursuit, when you're running after a bad guy and you're fighting for your life, does the wall change according to the sex of the police officer involved in the foot pursuit? It doesn't. You're still confronted with a 6-foot wall. And on the other side, your partner, if you're a man and woman police officer running together chasing this bad guy, the male officer makes it over and now engages the suspect. He's in a fight for his life, and now the woman can't get over it because it's a 6-foot wall, not a 5-foot wall. What good did that training do you in the academy? And that's where the frustration kind of set in, and we kind of came, no, you can't do that. It's got to be the woman, if she's going to be in the academy, also has to negotiate the 6-foot wall. Put a lower wall so that she could somehow pass the academy, because that does her no good. It puts her life in danger and her partner's in danger, because you gave her the false idea that she was equal in the sense that she could go over the same wall. And it's not because I'm sexist. It's not because I'm a misogynist. It's none of those things. It's practicality. It's facts. Like if I'm chasing the bad guy, and this came into fruition a couple times on the streets. I ended up in foot pursuit chasing somebody down and fought by myself the bad day because my backup was a woman and she couldn't get to where I was. That happened on 2 different occasions. The second time I get after fighting with this guy and thank God surviving, walking him out in handcuffs. Both of us were bloody. And I come out to my patrol car and she goes, sorry, but I want to let you know that I don't chase bad guys. This was a woman police officer telling me that she could not join me in a fight because her policy was not chasing bad guys. Why was her policy not chasing bad guys? I don't know. But why'd you become a cop if your policy is not chasing bad guys? Oh. So, I hope it all made sense. But we do need more men. Again, it doesn't mean that we can't have women as police officers, firemen, SWAT team members, in the Army, in the Marines, in the Navy, in the Air Force, in the Space Force. It doesn't mean that. It's not what I'm saying. But listen, we've lost a lot of men in our community. Look at Mike T. Look at his logo. Look at his pink logo. Whatever color that is, chartreuse. Chartreuse logo. Does that speak man to you? Do his comments speak man to you? Would you take him out on a date? Would you say, hey, I feel safe with Mike T? No. In his skinny jeans? No. I wouldn't want my daughter dating him. I would say, no, not with a chartreuse. He comes in with a chartreuse shirt. I'm going to say, and chartreuse socks and skinny jeans. I'm going to say, Ray and Courtney, you might want to pick somebody else. My daughter's right over here listening to this whole thing. I wonder what her face. What's your face look like, Ray? You want a man as a boyfriend, right? You don't want somebody that wears skinny jeans. Am I right? She said, yeah. I don't know if you heard her, but she said, yeah. Why would you want that? Oh. She said, yeah, she wants a man. I mean, not a man. She's 12. You know what I mean? Oh, look at Justin. I might need to stop here. You're offending me. You've been like fascist? Yes. Fascist. You know, that's the one thing that I love is that they are all doing fascist things, and then they say the conservatives are fascist. It's like the book, How Do You Kill 11 Million People, or Color, Common Sense, and Communism that I've read to you several times, is that you just lie to them. You just keep accusing them of the things that they are doing, and they begin to believe that they're doing the things you're accusing them of doing, even though it is them who are the racists, who are the Marxists, who are the socialists, who are the obviously the demonic people. I just realized that I've gone farther on these sidebar stuff than I've done on the topic of this particular show. But it's because the Justins and the Mike T's of this world are just such non-men and just like creepy people. Like, why would you want your daughters dating people like these guys? It's just so not great. Oh, here we go. Gender roles are social construct, Andy. Oh my God. This is just some of the, there's men and there's women, right? And that, what is this other gender roles are social construct? This is madness. It is the reason why we have the non-gender bathrooms at Starbucks and in Coffee Bean. It's just ridiculous. I've never seen such nasty, dirty restrooms since I've been using restrooms that women have been using. And it's really kind of funny. Like the men's restroom used to be clean. Now you go in the restroom, and it's like, what is all this stuff that's going on? I know I've gone too far, but I'm just telling you. I'm not sure. It's just men that are dirty. It's crazy when you have the mixture of the two using them together. All right, my friends, I think I'm going to go on too far. All right, so and we're back to Mike T. Yes, Priscilla, chasing bad guys is part of the description of the. I mean, you would think. I'm not. I'm telling you, this is. It was a suspicious vehicle I got called to in the alley behind some businesses at Imperial Highway and La Palma, and got there. And of course, when I ran the plate, the dispatcher said, 10-3, which means we have some emergency information, which is telling you that I'm about to tell you something that you don't want the suspect to hear because they're going to know that car is stolen. So as soon as she said that, I began to move closer, and bam, the guy bolted. And my backup, a woman, it was a chain link. The chain link fence was only like 5 feet high. That guy, like a gazelle, jumped over the chain link fence. And at the time, I was much younger. I went over the chain link fence like a gazelle, and I was right on his butt down in the Santa Ana riverbed and chasing him down the Santa Ana riverbed. And I was catching up, understanding that I'm also carrying an additional 45 pounds in vest and belt and gun and weapons and a weapon around my ankle. I think I had another weapon in my chest. So I had 3 guns on me and knives, and he's wearing t-shirt and shorts. And I'm catching. I grab out him, I tackle him, give him a couple noogies, and then handcuff him. And I look around. I'm thinking she's got to be right behind me, right? She's got to be close. Nobody behind me. I handcuffed him, took him back. I walked him all the way back to a patrol car, which is about 300 yards, 400 yards by the time I caught him. And I have to get him over the fence. And there she's still standing there next to 2 patrol cars, like leaning in the patrol car. And she goes, I just wanted you to know, I don't chase people. That was it. That was that's what she said. And I looked at her, I go, you don't chase people? What? I thought you were like right behind me. And no, she wasn't. No, she wasn't there. Hey, where did Sketchy Peasant? Yeah, right. Where did Sketchy Peasant go? He kind of abandoned us. So sad. It's funny how Trump lost. Yeah, you lost. You got more votes than any conservative president, any president in our history. Got more votes ever in our history. And it's so funny how he lost. Geez. All right, my friends, I'm going to sign off for sure this time. I've had a ton of fun. I'm glad that Mike T and whoever this person is, Jabinjalo, whatever that is. And again, the people that have the most dumb comments have no name, no picture. You have no idea who they are. They're never. And again, it's always about Trump. Do you notice this? They just make the point that I made earlier. It's never about how fantastic Biden is or how fantastic Kamala Harris. Never. Because there's nothing fantastic about them. They have no great policies. He has dementia. He's about ready to die. He will maybe do a year and a half, and the Kamala will take over, who is as dumb as a rock. She shouldn't be running a McDonald's, or she shouldn't even be driving an Uber, because that's how ridiculously stupid the Kamala Harris has been her entire career. She's known how to get ahead. But that's it, right? But there's never, ever, here it is again. Watch, look at this. I have a picture of Trump lose. See? Let's see if Justin has one too. He also lost by more than the incumbent president in history. Do you see this? We continue. There, and here's another one. You ready? Never. Biden has good climate policy? What? Yeah. So does California. We have rolling blackouts, you dipwit. We don't have any water for any of our farms. We have more forest fires in California because of our climate policy. Biden has the same climate policy. If you want to see Biden's climate policy, look at California. What we've gone through this year with more forest fires that have destroyed more houses and property than almost any other year, where we've had more rolling blackouts across our country. We have the highest taxes, and we have no water for our farms. Justin, you are amazing in your political rhetoric that you just know. Look at California. That is Biden's climate policy. You moron. Climate change, you're an idiot. We have no forest clearance policy. We have the same forest as many forests in Europe who have a clearance policy where they clean their forest and they have none of the forest fires. It has nothing to do with climate control, you dipwit. Every scientist, again, I know that science, facts, and truth are your kryptonite. But when you look at the truth and the science behind what's happening in the state of California, has zero to do with climate change. You are a moron. You have no idea understanding what it takes to make sure that there's no forest fires in California. You have no understanding of why we have rolling blackouts. You have no understanding that we have the highest tax base of any other state in the country, and yet we are the poorest country or state in the entire country based on our taxes in this area. It's just the craziest thing. President Trump is the one who came in and say, listen, hey, Gavin, if you would just simply clear the forest, you idiots, you wouldn't have the problem with these forest fires. Other countries know what to do. Why are you not following what other countries know about forest clearance so that you're not having the forest fire? Why is Edison, the company Edison, controlling your administration and not allowing you to clear around the power lines that are causing most of the forest fires? The power lines are causing most of the forest fires, not climate change, you dummy, you nitwit, you moron, you idiots. If you've never looked this up, have you? Never. Well, I don't know who you're listening to, but I live here in California. I know what's causing the forest fire. It is the wiring from Edison that is causing most of the forest fires. It is the lack of clearance of the cleaning of the forest that can be easily done that other countries do on a regular basis. That is what's causing the forest fires. And the rolling blackouts is because we have gone to this renewable energy that simply does not power a state like California that is bigger than most countries. That is why we have rolling blackouts. You are a nitwit. You are a moron. You are one of the dumbest people on the planet. That's not because we're running some mega green energy policy in California. What? Oh, you are an idiot. Most of the Edison people that work for Edison, the board of directors for Edison, are part of Gavin Newsom's administration. You don't know that? Have you not done the research? Where are you from, Justin Roberts? Have you never looked into it? Do you not know who is part of Gavin Newsom's administration? Edison, former Edison board members are part of Gavin Newsom's administration, not allowing him to do anything that would do anything against Edison. That is why they're on the board. Everybody knows it. PGE, same thing, all the same people. You are a dipwit. What a moron. I love it when people talk about shit they know nothing about. They're just idiots. But again, that's why I love them. That's why you gotta love them, because you bring you so much good stuff, and because they know nothing about which they speak. Again, I always say this: facts and science and truth are their kryptonite. You don't want to know anything about it. They speak stuff that they know nothing about, and it just gives you some amazing stuff to talk about. It is awesome. Their lack of knowledge, and yet they spew things out as if they know what they're talking about. It really is fun. All right, so electricity, but let's ban gas-powered cars. Yeah. Oh, I'm exhausted. I got to take a break. I need some more water. All right, my friends, I love you. God bless all the friends out there, including, we'll be praying for people like Justin and Mike T and Puny. What's that guy's name? Puny something? No, what's his name? Picky Biden. No, what's his name? I forgot his name. What? Hold on, I got to find his name. I got to make sure and give him credit. Got Mike T there with his chartreuse logo. Shoot, what's the guy's name? Somebody help me. I know somebody probably commented, but now I'm way up here instead. Puny penis. What's his name? And I know I'm childish. I already know that, so you don't need to tell me how childish I am. Shoot, what's his name? Dang it. Oh, Sketchy. Yeah, whatever. Sketchy, whatever his name is. All right, my friends. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. I love that you watch. Please share. I don't know if you want to share this one, but you might. I would appreciate it if you share. Again, go to uspatriotproject.com, uspatriotproject.com. Please go there, click on the link, go there. And again, would appreciate your support so much and want to thank you. Again, if you scroll all the way down to the page, you'll find the nonprofit number that you can use to write it off, the organization that we'll be using for our nonprofit, all the information on there, the address, the name of the program. And again, we understand that we're going to be attacked. We understand that. We already know. We're preparing for all that. So make sure and help us. We do need, again, we're going to need the higher attorney. Attorneys cost money. And that's just simply the way that it is, to protect us from some of the things that are going to be happening to us as we begin to get throttled and taken off of social media and a whole bunch of stuff. But that's where we're at. I have no choice. I've prayed about it. I'm telling you, over the last several months, this has been my life, and I don't believe I have any choice. I have 5 children that I want to leave them a legacy of an America that we can be proud of, and that our people uphold our Constitution. We are the greatest country on the planet. We're the least racist country on the planet. We are the most giving country on the planet. We're the most giving people on the planet. We have done more for other countries that have struggled because of natural disasters to war. We have completely rebuilt other countries' infrastructures. We have fed the hungry. We have built churches. We have built schools in other countries. This is what our country is really all about, not what people like these dimwits that were commenting today. That is not who we are. And so we need to make sure that people understand that who we are and remind kids that are growing up and going through these liberal colleges that we are not what they're being told that we are. All right. So I would appreciate your support very much on these matters. So if we can do that, that would be great. All right, my friends, I love you. God bless. Take care.